Hi, I miss you guys. Probably wondering why I haven't been at school and then why you haven't been at school. Well, I wasn't at school for a while because remember I told you Scotty needed surgery and I needed to stay home to take care of him. Well, he's doing better. And then the day I was supposed to come back to school to see your handsome and pretty faces, Scotty says hi. Schools were closed because you might have heard of something called a coronavirus. You might be hearing it on the news. Mom and dad, grandma might be talking about it. You might be wondering why you're home. You might be happy that you're home and you don't have to come to school. You might be frustrated. You might be angry. Might be anxious that you don't get to get out of the house and come see your friends at school. So today I thought our very first lesson, being not together, but what we call distance learning or digital learning. So this is going to be a new way for you to learn and to see my face. We're going to talk about the coronavirus and why you're home and why things are closed, like schools and some businesses, and why you really can't go anywhere. You might be able to go outside when it gets nice out, but you really can't go anywhere to visit people. You can't come to school yet. We're trying not to spread the virus more than it already is. So before we go into our actual lesson, let's do our vocabulary. What types of words are you going to be learning about? I've already said some. Coronavirus, virus, spread. So let's see what some of our vocabulary and words that you need to know for our lesson today. All right, so let's go here first. All right, so what is a virus? What's the coronavirus? What does it mean to infect? Or you've been infected with the coronavirus or a virus? And what does it mean that we're spreading it to others, spreading the disease or spreading the virus? So let's learn what all that means. So a virus, it's a type of a germ. It can make us pretty sick. When you have a fever, a runny nose, and a cough, it's a germ that's making you sick. So you're not feeling very good. A virus is so tiny, we can't see it. We can't. We need a special device or a piece of equipment called a microscope to look at it. Because they're so tiny, tiny, we need this big magnification for us to see it. So, and viruses are not all the same. So they look different from one another. There's different kinds of viruses. So we're going to be learning about a certain kind of a virus called the coronavirus. All right. It's a new kind of virus. It looks like it's wearing a spiky crown. And that's why it's called coronavirus, because corona is a Latin word that means crown. And that's how this virus got its name, coronavirus. So the symptoms of a coronavirus are a fever, cough, and shortness of breath. So here is a picture of the inside of our body. So we get a fever, we feel tired or fatigued, we get this dry cough, shortness of breath, we might have trouble breathing, and it might be hard to breathe, and that's how it sounds. All right, and the fever, I know you've all had fevers. It's when your body temperature goes above the normal temperature of 98.6 and you're warm to touch and you feel hot. So that's a symptom of it. All right. So How does the virus make us sick or infect us? How do we feel this infection of this virus? How does it come into us? Well, it makes us sick by stopping our cells from working properly. Your body has an army that fights the virus. That's what we call our immune system. So when you get a fever and a cough, that means your immune system is fighting against the virus. So what you need to do is you need to rest, drink lots of water, and you'll get better. So when you have a fever or a cough or a runny nose, those are all symptoms of the virus. And it's showing that our immune system is fighting against that virus. Now, how do we spread the virus from person to person? That means that we might be coughing and sneezing, and the germs are coming out of us and going on to other people, and then it might get on their hands and they touch their face, they rub their eyes, they put their fingers in their mouth. And so now they're going to be infected with the virus, and we're spreading it that way. That's why we need to stay home. That's why I can't see your beautiful faces at school, and you need to be home. So you're kept safe and you're kept well. So we don't spread the disease to you and other people. All right? So if you're feeling frustrated that you can't get out of the house, please understand that it's because we care about you and we love you and we want you to be well. So are viruses the size of an apple? I don't know, how big is an apple? Like that? Do you remember? No, they're not. They're tiny, tiny, tiny. We can't see them. We need that special piece of equipment or tool called a microscope that magnifies them so we could see them. They're very tiny, can't see them. Can germs make you sick? Yeah, they make you sick. And are viruses all the same and look the same? Nope, they're all different. And the specific virus we've been talking about, and we're going to learn more about in this lesson and a couple lessons to follow, is the coronavirus. So when we get sick, do our immune systems help us get better? Yep. Right? I was telling you about our immune system, and when you get a fever, that's a sign that your immune system is fighting the virus. So a virus is a type of what? Do you remember? It's a type of a germ. And what do you need to see a virus? What's that fancy word, piece of equipment that we need to look at things, to magnify them or make them bigger so we can see them? A microscope, right? So a virus makes us sick by stopping the human what from working properly? Makes our human, oops, I didn't want to stop sharing, our human cells, right, from working properly. I don't know if we ever had a lesson on cells. Maybe we'll have to do that. Maybe we'll have an extension of this lesson and we'll talk about the human cells, okay? When you have a fever or a cough, what does that tell us? It tells us that our immune system is fighting against the virus. Oh, another word we should know is symptom. A symptom is things that are happening in our bodies to show us that we're not feeling well. So what are 3 symptoms of the coronavirus? How can we tell that we're not feeling well? Do you remember? Let's go back to that picture I showed you. We get a fever, right? Another symptom could be that that dry cough. When you cough, what? You got to chicken wing it. A shortness of breath. We breathe kind of weird compared to our normal breathing. And I'll mention another symptom is we're tired, we're fatigued. It's a big fancy word for I'm tired. All right. So what do you think? You want to learn more about the coronavirus? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to watch a video. We'll answer some more questions to see and make sure you're understanding the information. So today we are learning about the coronavirus. We're going to understand why our school is closed and what our government leaders and doctors are doing to keep us safe. We're also going to learn where the coronavirus first came from and where it's spreading. Remember, that was one of our vocabulary words. It's spreading not just from person to person, but from country to country. So we're going to learn all those things today. Okay, so let's, first thing, video, and then some questions. Then we're going to read a news article about the coronavirus and what's happening. All right, so let's get to the movie first. And so remember, we have our listening ears on, our learning goggles on. Do your best to have quiet mouth so you could listen and pay attention. And calm bodies, right? We have to have calm bodies when we're learning. The best we can, right? All right, so let's watch our video. Man, do I miss you guys. I don't know when I'll get to see your faces again. I hope soon. So let's get our video up. I just touched my face. That's one of the things we're not supposed to do. We're not supposed to touch our face, and I just did. And we're going to learn about that too, what things we can do to help prevent us from getting infected with the virus and from spreading it to others. We're going to learn all about that as soon as our video loads. It's taking forever. So I wonder if you miss me as much as I miss you. You miss seeing me? I miss you. Oh, come on. Where's our video? I had it all ready for us. All right, fingers crossed it'll load. Just like when we're in school, right? When the tap-it doesn't always work. All right, so here's our video. I'll put it full screen for us. It's only 4.5 minutes, so I think you'll be able to stay calm long enough to pay attention and listen. So remember, listening ears, learning goggles.
Nothing like an early morning jog. Phew. What? Oh, stop it. Dear Tim and Moby, I've been hearing lots of scary stuff in the news about the coronavirus. Can you tell me more about it, please? Thanks, Khalil. Sure thing, Khalil. Viruses are tiny particles that can invade living cells. There are millions of varieties with different behaviors, shapes, and structures. Coronaviruses are one group, named for their crown-shaped outline. 4 of these commonly infect humans. A lot of times when you get a cold, it's caused by a coronavirus. Any virus has one goal: to replicate or make more copies of itself. But it can't do that on its own, so it invades an organism and turns its cells into virus factories. This can be unpleasant for the host, the organism that the virus has infected. The new coronavirus typically causes coughing and fever. A healthy body can usually fight off this illness, known as COVID-19, on its own. Symptoms are mild for most people, especially kids. But in a body with weakened defenses, COVID-19 can become more severe and require medical treatment. Some people get seriously ill, and that's gotten everyone's attention. This new coronavirus was first identified in Wuhan, China. In late 2019, there was an outbreak. That's when a disease starts spreading. More and more people got sick, first in China and then around the world. Entire cities have been quarantined or closed off to slow the disease's spread. Fortunately, viruses can't get around without our help. And there's a lot we can do to not help them.
It says not a virus.
Like washing your
promise.
hands, especially after you use the bathroom and before you eat. That's always a good idea, and you probably already do it. Scrub with soap for at least 20 seconds to make sure you don't miss any spots. Whenever you cough or sneeze, cover your nose and mouth to help keep any germs contained. And if you're sick, avoid other people. You wouldn't want to infect them, even if it's a plain old cold. Well, when there's an outbreak where you live, experts recommend some added precautions, like social distancing, limiting close contact with other people, even if you're not sick. Hang out at home with your family and keep up with your friends online. That gives the virus fewer opportunities to spread around. Lots of outbreaks have been stopped when enough folks just follow these simple rules. Yeah, it's true. Some people have died after being infected by the 2019 coronavirus. That's because the virus can infect a person's lungs and make it hard to breathe. Those are the stories we hear about most online and in the news. But the vast majority of cases have been mild. If you feel overwhelmed by the news, consider limiting how much you let in. Instead of cable news and social media, stick to sources like the World Health Organization. They'll give you the big picture, not just the scary snapshots that make the headlines. And they're organizing experts all over the world to get this coronavirus under control. Still, it's totally normal if the situation's made you a little anxious. Talk to a trusted adult. They can help you put your feelings in perspective. One last thing. Coronavirus doesn't care where you're from or what your background is. So don't let anyone turn this into an excuse to target someone based on how they look. Working together is how we'll beat this thing. So let's stand up for our neighbors. Okay, I'm a sweaty mess. I gotta rinse off.
Ew.
Oh, don't be so dramatic.
Gross.
Where are you going? I really think you're overreacting.
All right. You ready for some questions? Let's see if you were paying attention and you remembered and you learned some new information. Just taking time for it to load. Honestly, it's just like at school and the computer doesn't work fast enough for us, huh? It's taking a while. Oh, that's not what I wanted. All right. Well, while we're waiting for it to load, what have you been doing? Have you been relaxing, watching movies, playing on your iPads? What have you been doing? Hanging out with mom, your siblings, your brothers, your sisters? Let's see if we were paying attention. Let's see if Miss Rita is paying attention with the information. All right, so do your best. Think about the answers. Each of the following statements are true, but one is false. So let's go through them. Viruses come in different types. Yes. Viruses infect living cells. Yes. Viruses can replicate. That means duplicate or become more. So without hosts. So could they multiply and become more without a living host? A living host would be you and me, a person, a body. I don't think so. And viruses can cause illnesses. Yeah, So we have to pick the one that's not true. And I believe it's the one that says viruses cannot replicate or duplicate or become more than one without a host. Yeah, that's not true. Okay. So a virus infects a host, us people, in order to take in nutrients, make the host sick, make copies of itself, destroy the host cell. Remember that word replicate also means to make copies of itself. So does a virus infect a host so it can make more of itself and make copies? Yeah. All right. So Miss Rita's doing okay so far. How are you doing? So the distinguishing feature, that means what makes it different than other viruses. The distinguishing feature or characteristic of a coronavirus is its size, its mobility, like how it moves around, the shape of it, or how deadly it is. Well, I think all viruses are tiny, so I don't think that's it. I think it moves around the same as other viruses as well. It attaches to our cells. Is it the shape of it that it kind of looks like a crown? That's why it's called the coronavirus, because corona is the Latin word for crown. So I'm going to say shape. Thumbs up, do you agree with me? Or thumbs down, you don't think so? Let's see. All right, we were right. It's the shape. So a typical coronavirus infection, a typical, is extremely dangerous. Has mild symptoms, cannot spread to humans, is resistant to hand washing. Well, hand washing we're going to rule out hand washing because remember we said that's the #1 way to stop spreading it. So I don't think it's resistant. I think hand washing works. We already know it can spread to humans, right? We've been seeing pictures of that and evidence and proof that it does spread to humans. So a typical coronavirus infection is just a cold. It's like you and I have had colds, right? Sometimes we come to school with our colds and that's how it spreads, but it's mild. So a typical coronavirus infection, this one that we've called COVID 2019, has mild symptoms. I'm going to go with that one. So a typical coronavirus, like a cold, has mild symptoms. Do you agree with me? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Let's see. Yeah, it just hit. A typical coronavirus has mild symptoms. All right, so do you remember we were talking about the coronavirus infections are likely to be more serious for a certain type of person? Teenagers, is it more likely to be serious in teenagers? An active adult who's otherwise pretty healthy, people who travel a lot, or how about the people with a weakened immune system? That could be anyone. I know that the video said it's older people, but we all know all of us have weakened immune systems. I know you do. I know Scotty does, right? We've talked about this. That seems we catch things quicker. Those of us with a weakened immune system. So I'm going to go with, it seems to be a little more serious for people with weakened immune systems, no matter what their age. Oh, I forgot to ask thumbs up or thumbs down. Ah, silly Miss Rita. All right, yeah. So those of us with the weakened immune system, we have to be extra, extra careful. So if we get it, we'll still most likely be okay, but we have to do our best for us not to get it. That's why we're not in school. That's why we're at home with our moms and dads, okay? So an outbreak of a virus occurs when? When symptoms of it get worse, when the virus spreads to more than one organ, someone dies from the virus, or the virus spreads to more and more hosts. So an outbreak is when it's spreading. Remember, we were talking about how we can spread it to other people. We sneeze, we cough, we touch them, we're not washing our hands. And so an outbreak, to me, makes sense that it's when it's spreading to so many people, not just one or two. And if you remember in the video, it was telling us that it's across a lot of countries, right? So it is, I say the virus spreads to more and more hosts or more and more people. Thumbs up if you think so, or thumbs down if you don't think that's the answer. That one was right. We were right. Only a few more questions. What does it mean when a city is quarantined during a virus outbreak? That was briefly mentioned in the video, remember? So does that mean that everyone's infected in the city? I don't think that's what the video said. No one can enter or leave the city, quarantined. No one can come in or come out. I'm saying that's the answer. Quarantine means you stay put. No one can come into where you are and nobody can leave. That's pretty much right. We're all quarantined pretty much into our homes. So do you agree with me that it means no one can come or go into our homes or our city? Is that what quarantine means? Thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up. Or you don't think that's it? You think it's a different answer? Let's see if we were right. We were right. Quarantine means you stay put. No one's coming in, no one's going out. 3 more. Which practice prevents the spread of germs? Washing your hands often or blowing your nose? Which activity or practice will prevent the spread of germs? We've been saying it a lot throughout this lesson, right? Washing our hands, gotta wash our hands. And if you can't wash your hands by yourself, I know your mom, dad, grandma, maybe an older brother or sister are helping you wash your hands, right? Thumbs up if you think that's the answer. Thumbs down if you don't think so. Or, I'm not sure. Washing hands, best practice to stop spreading germs. So covering your mouth when you cough or sneeze is recommended. Remember, I always say chicken wing it, but sometimes we can't physically do that. But the best we can, we got to cover our mouths and our noses when we cough and sneeze, right? So covering your mouth when you cough or sneeze is recommended. Why? Recommend means we suggest it. Why? Does it prevent germs from entering your body? Well, let's think about that. If we sneeze, whatever was in our body's coming out. So I don't think it's A. It's to get rid of germs from inside your body. Yeah, it's coming out, but I don't think that's why we cover. I don't think that's the right answer. So it's to stop or avoid. Avoid means stopping it, getting other people sick. So do we cover our mouth and nose when we sneeze and cough to make sure we're not getting other people sick? I think that's our answer. Thumbs up if you think so too. Thumbs down. Or, I really don't know. We're doing great. We're doing great. Last one. The most reliable source of information about virus outbreak is. Remember at the end of the video, there's a lot of information out there that's making us afraid, right? Well, we have to have a little bit of fear and awareness so that we're not spreading it. And that's why we need to understand that this virus is spreading fast because people aren't listening to how to prevent it. right? So there's a little bit of fear, but we can't be so afraid that we're not sleeping at night and that we're anxious. As long as we're doing what we're supposed to be doing and avoiding people, washing our hands, doing our best. I know, you guys, it's hard for you not to put your hands on your face and in your mouth. I know it's hard for Scotty too, but try your best not to, okay? Get a fidget or something else to play with so you don't have to put your hands in your mouth, all right? The most reliable source is the World Health Organization. It's not social media, moms and dads and me. We go on Facebook or Twitter. We listen to the news, and maybe our friends are telling us some things, but the best resource is the World Health Organization. We got to hear it from the doctors and the scientists, right? The ones who know best. So if you agree with me and think that's the answer, thumbs up. If you don't think so, and Miss Rita's wrong, thumbs down, or you're really not sure. Yeah, we did really well. We got all of them right. Yay, yes, woohoo! We did it right. Good job. So I had one more article, a news to you, news update. I'm wondering if we've had too much or should we go on? If we've had too much, all you can do, you know what? Miss Rita's thinking out loud. This is what we're going to do. Take a break. You have your mom or dad or brother or sister pause the lesson. Take a break. And then when you're ready to come back, to put your listening ears on and learning goggles on, press play and we can do the article. So I'm going to go on, or you could stay on. You don't have to pause if you don't want to. So I'm going to stay on and continue. This is the last part of our lesson. Now, I want you to know that this news article from News to You is a little dated. It's from the beginning of the month, March 4th. So we're doing a little bit of backtracking to get all the information we can on coronavirus during our lessons. So we're going to finish up with this news update. But remember, it was March 4th. And what is today? I don't even know, since we don't have our calendar and our morning meeting every day, which we're going to change. We're going to do our morning meeting too. What is today? 27th? 28th? I don't even know. Maybe I need to do a morning meeting video, and so then I'll know what day it is. So this is a little old, but it's still good information for you. And then the next news article that we're going to read is closer to today's date. So I just want to keep us updated on the coronavirus. All right. So we're going to read this, answer some questions, and that's it for this lesson. And you could watch this lesson as many times as you want, but Miss Rita is going to continue recording lessons. We're not only going to do coronavirus, we'll do some math, we'll do some of our reading, we'll get some social studies in. So we still get to learn and have fun. It's just not together in one room. It's separate in our own homes, staying safe. All right. So the coronavirus is continuing to spread. Those should be familiar words, right? We did our vocabulary. The coronavirus started in China in 2019. That's why it's called COVID-19, because it started later in the year, 2019. Coronavirus, COVID-19, it spread to countries including the US, Japan, England, Canada, and many more. I think it's in every country. The coronavirus is like the flu. Have you ever had the flu? So some of the symptoms, and we talked about that word symptoms, Like, how does it show that we're sick? Remember the fever, the cough, you're tired, your shortness of breath. So the coronavirus is like the flu. Leaders and doctors are working to stop the coronavirus. Some leaders are canceling events and closing schools, right? And then our school closed as of March 16th. Not sure when we're going to go back. It's right now it's April 20th, but that might change. We have to see if the coronavirus is still spreading at a fast rate or not. So right now it's scheduled for April 20th, but we don't know for sure yet. Other people can help stop the coronavirus too. Now go back and remember how. What's the best way to stop the spread? We talked about social distancing, but the number one best way, they can wash their hands, remember? And if you can't wash your hands with soap and water all by yourself, I know your mom's, dad's, grandma's, older brothers and sisters are helping you to do it. They can stay home when they feel sick. Well, now we could tell that this article's a little old because most of us were told that we need to stay home, right? All right, so now let's take a deep breath and let's answer some questions. And then that's it for this lesson, all right? What is the coronavirus like? Is it like having allergies? I know a couple of you have some pretty bad allergies, right? Is it like having the flu, or is it like having a cavity or a toothache? Do you remember? I say the flu. Thumbs up if you agree, thumbs down. Or I really don't know, Miss Rita. Thumbs up for flu? It's like the flu. It is. But a little worse, a little worse. All right, so number 2, where did the coronavirus start? Did it start in China, Canada, or Brazil? Miss Rita says China. Do you agree? China's the answer, or no? It's China. I'm probably gonna mispronounce Wahoo. Well, I'm not even gonna try. You know, China, the city that starts with a W. You know, Miss Rita has trouble pronouncing some words, huh? Number 3, what can people do to help stop the coronavirus? Remember, we've said it so many times. Is it wash hands, cough, or sneeze? What can people do to help stop spreading the coronavirus? Everyone should know this answer. Wash hands. Everyone should be giving me thumbs up on wash hands. All right, my friends. It was a long lesson, wasn't it? But I bet you did great because I know you're a bunch of smarty pants. I wish I had my smarty pants here. I'd give you all stickers from it. I'm going to do a morning meeting for you guys too. Maybe that'll help Miss Rita know what day of the week it is. And we'll have more lessons. We're going to do more news articles on coronavirus. And we're going to do some math and some English and reading. And I'm going to share some resources and links with your moms and dads so you could do stuff at home and you could watch my videos. I miss you all so much. Be and stay well and be good for mom and dad. Be good. Love you guys. Bye, my friends. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to have links to some worksheets that I had here. So if you want your mom and dad to download them or you could look at them, I will have the links. Okay?